What up, YouTube, YouTube? Check it out. I got a new segment that I'm working on, and I think I'm gonna be very consistent with this one because this excites me a lot. Let me know what y'all feel about it. If it's cool, if it's not. If it's not, then I won't do no more. If it is, I'll continue to do them. Anyway, I call this one Sessions, and pretty much what it is I actually got the idea from my homie Gadget from something he would do in his interviews back in the day. He would interview some of the local producers and then talk about beats and stuff. And at the end, he would ask him if you was locked in the studio with one artist and you had to make an album, who that artist would be. So that's where this idea came from. If I had an artist I could work with, what kind of tracks would I make for the artist? And guess what? You get to hear those tracks. But what artist am I doing today? After this. So, the artist for the day is Conway the Machine. This dude excites me a lot. I mean, of course, y'all probably know Conway the Machine and Westside Gunn, Hall and Nash. Anyway, these brothers excite me. They remind me of early Wu-Tang. They have a concept and everything. They go through the whole wrestling theme and all that. And these brothers are dope MCs as well. And of course, you know, Eminem, who in my opinion is a genius for signing these guys and bringing them on. The street grit that they have, the minimalistic production by their producer, their in-house producer Derringer, who makes like those gritty, grimy tracks for them. Westside Gunn did his Supreme Blientele, and he had some guest producers on there like Ninth Wonder. So a lot of veteran producers want to work with these guys because they got that grit and they got that 90s vibe that we love. But again, the production is minimalistic and it's done that way for a reason. One, everybody else is over here. These guys are over here getting it in, doing their thing. And where I'm going at with that is that Conway reminds me of a Raekwon, a Jizza, something like that, where Westside Gunn kind of reminds me more of a Ghostface with the swag and the style. But Conway is gritty, and the reason why the minimalistic production works because the brother has a lot to say, and his lyrical capacity is strong. So a lot of the tracks today, the track makes the beat. You know, the track makes the beat. The rapper doesn't have to be that great. Where Conway is the type of guy where he can make a beat better just by his content and how he rhymes. So I was excited to do this. I was excited because I really like what those brothers doing. I like the whole Griselda Records click. So yeah, so what I did was I came up with 4 tracks. I will let you listen to the tracks, vibe out. Maybe even, you know, if you feel like freestyling, feel free, because I'll let the tracks play for a while. And then I'll kind of explain what I was thinking when I made the track and some of the stuff I used when I made the track, and we'll go from there. Alright, so let's get it. So this first track is Pay the Cost. So tell you what, let's get right into it. Afterwards, I'll tell you my thought process behind the beat and some of the things that took into making it. it seemed like a lot of their tracks and that they come up with, and shout out to their producer Derringer, a lot of it seems cinematic, has like some type of movie vibe, movie theme to it, especially with like some of Conway stuff. So that's what I was shooting for. And the VST I used was Grindhouse, so it's actually no samples, or if so, it's the sample content from within the VST Grindhouse that I got from Big Fish Audio. Very nice VST. Check it out, and you'll see where I'm coming from, because all the stuff is gritty and grimy, and even the VST itself has a certain level of saturation in it. So if you have the VST open, sometimes you can hear that saturation. You'll be like, where's that noise coming from? And it's the VST. So very, very cool VST. And of course I incorporated some, some break beats, some nice drums, and a slight ambient sound that I got from the VST Lo-Fi from Dope Sonics. So, alright, that was Pay the Cost. Now, this next track is On the Line. And my concept to this one is actually a sample. I'm adding some instrumentation to it, some cool drums and all. But the thought process behind this was that, it wouldn't just be him on the track. That he'd probably have his brother Westside Gunn and maybe Benny the Butcher. So I wanted to make it where it could complement not just him, but those guys too, where they could get it in and still, get funky on it. So let's check this one out. On the Line. That's a great joint. I love that. And it's like what you're gonna do when it's all on the line, right? So let's talk about what I used. Let's go to our main screen here. First off, like I said, it was a sample. Added some cool drums to it. So that's the sample. I use Hybrid for the bass. That's a VST that comes with the MPC software. And then I use orchestral companion strings from Sony Vox. The strings in that VST sounds amazing. A lot of times I would use Sample Tank because it has a more gritty feel, and it sounds more like vinyl when I want to hook it up and get that feel I'm looking for. But the strings in the Sony Vox VST is pretty strong, so I really had to go that direction because it really, really does something to the track, at least in my opinion. So that's On the Line, and that's what I took to make it. Now, this next track is called Sake. The Japanese drink or whatever. Anyway, right? It just have this track has an Oriental feel. Kind of remind me of something that Wu-Tang would do, but it just at the same time I can see Conway ripping this track apart. And again, I used the VST Grindhouse, and I just like this sound, so I just rolled with it. And matter of fact, I'll talk about the instruments afterwards. Let's check it out. So that was Saki. Again, that's another one that's pretty original. I used Grindhouse for that. They gave me that cinematic oriental feel, and then I also used it for the gongs that you hear in there. The gongs, and then I used Contact, and it was an instrument called the tumbi. It was in it's in one of the West Indian kits that you get with Contact. So I used that. So all right, so let's get into the next track. Now this last track is WOTG. Seems like you always have like an acronym beat on on his albums and stuff, but this one is Where the Gun. This just sounds like some street gangster stuff that I could just hear him ripping on. So I just figured I'd just go ahead and make something that has that street vibe, that street feel to it. So let's check this out. This is the last track, Where the Gun. So there you have it. That one's Where the Gun. That's actually a sample as well. The heart of that beat is a sample. It's actually from a group back in the day called Nance. It kind of reminded me of a cross of maybe Farside and Tribe Called Quest maybe. So their sound wasn't dark. It was more of a upbeat, mid-tempo type deal. But the drums, the way they came off in the beginning with the breakbeat style, then I added some ambiance from the VST Lo-Fi, and then I played the bass line on it, which gave it that grimy, gritty feel, which just made it change, to a whole different vibe altogether. And it just sounded like, a track that he would do his usual gun talk. And again, by itself, track is minimalistic, but if you have a artist like Conway on there rapping to it, it makes a world of difference. So that's why for Conway, I would never overproduce his tracks, because he has so much to say and his lyrical content is so strong that you just want him to really enhance the track itself, rather than the track enhancing what he does. He's truly one of those MCs that can enhance your tracks. So that's it. I'm out of here, and until the next time, next artist, peace.